Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the installment of Scott's Selections here for Monday, October 12th. We're getting today's play of the day. Quick recap of what happened yesterday. Overall, very nice day as we ended up going undefeated. We swept the board. To recap everything, we had Rafael Nadal in the French Open final, minus 1.5 games and minus 115 on DraftKings. He won in straight sets. Easy winner there. We won the NFL two-pick money win parlay with the Cardinals and the Texans, which also paid out a minus 115 on Fox Bet. That ended up turning out to be a winner. Both teams won by double digits. Really not much of a sweat whatsoever. And we also won the Sunday night football game as we ended up having the Seahawks over 3.5 touchdowns, which was available on DraftKings at minus 122. Definitely was a sweat. They were getting shut out in the first half, scored 3 touchdowns, roughly a 2-minute stretch in the third quarter, and then ended up scoring the game-winning touchdown with less than 20 seconds left. But overall, Seahawks ended up getting it done. NFL was kind to us, and even the French Open final was kind to us. So a nice day overall. We're looking for another solid day here on Monday. And we're going to be looking at the NFL once again as there is one game on the card. One thing that you have to remember is that with the NBA officially over, now that the Lakers won the championship, and the fact that hockey's also over, etc., you really don't have many sports going on right now besides, of course, the MLB playoffs. But I found that there was a little bit more value here in the NFL. So we'll be looking at this matchup between the Los Angeles Chargers and the New Orleans Saints, which will be taking place tomorrow night at roughly 8:15 p.m. Eastern time. And for the player, we'll be looking at a prop kind of similar to the one we had yesterday. It's going to be on the total touchdowns in this game. We're going to be taking the over 5.5 total touchdowns in this matchup at minus 113 on DraftKings. First of all, very solid deal. If you compare it market-wide, FanDuel has the same prop at minus 128. Fox Bet has 5.5 touchdowns at minus 133 to the over, yet DraftKings has minus 113, which is the best line market-wide. That's the reason why we're going to be going with it. A couple reasons why I like the over in this spot. First of all, Saints defense, even though it was supposed to be good this season, has really been awful. No way to sugarcoat it, as they are currently allowing over 30 points per game. New Orleans has allowed at least 4 touchdowns to every has allowed at least 3 touchdowns to every opponent in this season. And if you look at their numbers here, they're giving up 30.8 points per game. Last game, they gave up 29. Game before that, 37. Then they played the Raiders, gave up 34. Played Tampa in week 1, gave up 23. But the Saints, every game that they've had has totaled at least 54 points. So they're flying over these totals in terms of touchdowns. And the Chargers, even though they were struggling offensively earlier this season because they like to run the ball, one thing that is worth mentioning is the fact that the Saints are really good against the run, as they're only allowing 97.5 yards per game on the ground. And the Chargers finally opened up the playbook a little bit for Justin Herbert as he showed off that rocket arm last week, and he was able to drop 31 on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers en route to a 38-31 loss. But overall, it's in a dome. Both teams are pretty good against the run. I simply think that the Saints will end up being able to torch the Chargers defense, especially if Joey Bosa is not able to play, which he's currently highly questionable. I'll assume he's not going to play because he apparently has been nursing an injury pretty poorly. So it seems like he's most likely not going to play, but that remains to be seen. If he does play, he will be at less than 100%. For the Saints, though, Marshawn Lattimore is expected to play, which is definitely a boost, but Janoris Jenkins, the number 2 corner, is still out. Plus, they might be missing defensive tackle Sheldon Rankins, who might not be playing. Michael Thomas is out, which definitely hurts a little bit. But New Orleans offense, in his absence, has still performed really well, dropping 30-plus points in each of the last 2 games. So I think that the Saints should be able to score probably around 4 touchdowns or so in this game, 3 to 4. And then the Chargers should also be able to score around 3 or 4, which should lead to a relatively higher scoring game here. Plus, you might be wondering, well, what about the rookie and how he's going to be dealing in a hostile environment? It's worth mentioning that the Saints did request that they would have over 15,000 fans in attendance. However, you've had some government officials, specifically the mayor, who rejected that request, as they ended up requesting specifically around 25% capacity, and the mayor told them no, enjoy 750 family members and nobody else. So I do not think that the environment will be too much for the rookie. I think that it should allow both teams to perform pretty well offensively because you don't have to worry about crowd noise, etc. And I simply think that both teams defensively do leave a lot to be desired. It is worth mentioning that the Saints, if you're still worried about the Chargers scoring here, it is worth mentioning that the Saints right now entering this game, according to opponent red zone scoring percentage, so in other words, what percentage of opponents' drives in the red zone end in touchdowns, the Saints rank last in the sense that they are allowing opponents to score touchdowns on 82.35% of all red zone possessions, which means that they don't stop anybody inside the 20-yard line. And the Chargers should be able to score a couple of touchdowns in long drives, not to mention the fact they have big play potential with Herbert And at the same point, Breeze, I expect to carve up this defense that is a little bit injured on the defensive line. So for that reason, the play that I once again here for Monday, October 12th, is going to be on the Saints and Chargers game over 5.5 total touchdowns, which is available on DraftKings at -113 at time of recording of 3:04 a.m. Eastern Time. That's an installment of Scott Selections. Good luck to all of you and your respective bets today. Bye, everyone.